In this video, I'm going to break down an ad and funnel for digitalnomad.com that I'm very confident has probably done multi-seven figures. You'll learn exactly why this ad has gotten over 1 million views and why it's driving profitable leads into his funnel. If you watch till the very end, you learn how to shoot your own 7-figure video ad based on what Christian Martin is doing, and a lot of the lessons you learn from this ad will help you really get better at copywriting with YouTube ads. Now, if you want to see more videos like this, smash that subscribe button and hit the like button so I can keep making amazing breakdowns for you. So to give you a little bit of background on Christian Martin, he runs digitalnomad.com, and basically it's an online course company that teaches people how to start their own online businesses. His focus is on people who want to be digital nomads, aka work online while also being able to travel and have adventures. I'm a digital nomad myself, so I can kind of understand his audience base, and that's kind of the guy I used to be 5 or 10 years ago. I used to always want to travel the world and I didn't know how. So let's get right into breaking down this ad.
The people at the top earning the most money know something you don't.
So what he does is opens with a very strong hook. The people at the top know something you don't. So it basically builds curiosity, right? What is it that the people at the top know? And then the visuals as well, they kind of also emphasize this. You see him with an amazing ocean view and you're like, okay, this seems very interesting, right? This guy seems like he's on the top as well.
Think about it. How could someone earn 10 times, 50 times, 100 times what you do while working from anywhere, living life on their own terms?
As you can see, one of the things he does in the first 10 seconds is have some snazzy editing in there with a little bit of popping sounds, etc. And this really hooks people's attention in. Really good editing can make people watch your ads a lot longer. So this ad is a great example of how to do great editing in a video ad.
Not reporting to an incompetent boss or sitting in rush hour traffic. It's simply because there are secrets at the top that the rich don't want you to know.
And that is a strong statement, right? There are secrets at the top that the rich don't want you to know. So this is using what I call the us versus them. So he's basically saying, hey, there's these secrets that the rich don't want you to know. It's not your fault you're in this situation. It's basically these, they are not giving you the secrets. You just don't have the right information. So one of the things in the make money online niche you have to be aware of is people want easy results. And that's why these kind of angles work well, because instead of it being like, hey, you aren't getting the results you want because you watch TV all day, it's more like you're not getting the results you want because there are these secrets that you don't know, and I'm going to show you these results. So that's just what you have to do in the make money online niche.
It's Christian Martin here, 7-figure business owner, 2 Comma Club winner, and world traveler.
So what's really cool about this is he waits around 22 seconds in. He's already really hooked your attention in with some controversial statements. He kind of promises he's going to teach you these secrets, and then he introduces himself and builds some authority, right? He keeps it very brief. It's like, hey, I'm Christian Martin. I own a 7-figure business, I won the 2 Comma Club X, and I travel the world. That's all he does, right? It's no long bio, it's a few seconds, very quick, that builds some authority and some trust.
And if you think about your ability to earn money, you must understand that what you've been taught in school has kept you completely poor. There's a reason we call a JOB just over broke.
So I love this. He basically uses something that's super easy to understand and very visual. So GOB equals to just over broke. Anybody can grasp it. And that's really important to understand with your ads. You gotta keep them super simple. You can't have them be complicated. You wanna make them very 5th grade level.
That's about all you can do with it. I mean, you can save up for 60 years, but then you're almost too old to even do anything with your money. And I don't know about you, but I want to enjoy my money now. But think about it. Do the people at the top producers, the people earning 6 and 7 figures, work 100 times harder than you do? Probably not. That's impossible. I bet you work pretty hard. It turns out the amount of money you earn isn't tied to how hard you work at all.
That's, again, part of the really brilliant copywriting here. He says that, your hard work isn't correlated with your success. So it's, again, getting back to the whole premise, which is it's not your fault that you're not getting these results. It's because you don't have the right strategy. It's because you don't have the right information, and I'm going to give you that. So it's really important to understand that when you have customers, a lot of them blame themselves for their own lack of success. So you always want to figure out how you can take that load off them, instead putting the blame on some other issue, right? Maybe they just don't have the right method or the right strategy. Maybe they're missing some piece that you're able to provide.
But do the people at the top have a better network, or are they born with a silver spoon? It's also a common lie in society that you can't get ahead unless you were born into money. It's simply not true. This is Cody. He went from a barista to making $30K profit in a week. This is Chad. He went from being a personal trainer to making $7,000 in one day. This is Charmaine. She doubled her full-time salary her first week in business and stopped reporting to a boss.
So at this point, around a minute, 10 seconds in, we're already into the ad, your attention's hooked, he's kind of built his argument, and now he finally introduces social proof, because social proof and other people's results, they basically provide the trust that's needed to take the next step. So he's hooked their attention, built a really solid argument that, hey, it's not your fault, you don't have the right information, shown social proof of people just like you who've gotten results. So at this point, people are really kind of trusting him, and they're ready to kind of take the next step.
The reason these people make so much money and you don't is they simply know things that you do not. They understand how money works in the new economy because they watch the free training on the other side of this ad.
So at this point, he introduces his free training in a really smart way. The reason these people are getting these results is because they watched the free training on the other side. It's literally building curiosity. What is this free training? And these people watched it, and they got these results.
They all started there. It was the portal into a new world, the event that took them from JOB to earning what they want on their own time from their own homes. No rush hour commute, no incompetent bosses, no high society network or trust fund to back them up. Just normal people who took it on themselves to say, I'm actually, for once, going to put away Instagram, close Facebook, and concentrate on learning for an hour because it will change my life. Because let me be very clear. If you cannot take 1 hour to learn how money works in the new economy, how to change your income forever, you will never be rich. If the best you can get yourself to do is enter your email and then not actually show up to a training, you will never make it. You'll be stuck scrolling Instagram, staying broke, and blaming it on it's all about who you know, or those people have it better off than me.
At this point, what he's doing is he's priming them to go watch his webinar. So not only did he introduce his free training in a very low-key way that kind of built curiosity but wasn't very pushy, now he's telling people, hey, you can do this if you actually concentrate an hour on this and really focus on this webinar. So what this ad does is not only does it generate probably very cheap leads, but it generates high quality leads because he's kind of training them on how he wants them to interact with this webinar.
I can tell you they don't. They're just normal people who watched this training and learned how to generate money on demand using something I call online sign spinning. It's a new service you can start offering to paying clients today, a service that has absolutely blown up since demand for online goods has skyrocketed this year. The only thing is, money loves speed. Now is the time. So you have to get in while the getting's still good.
So this is where he introduces his new mechanism, which is online sign spinning. So what I'm guessing is it's basically advertising for local businesses, but instead he calls it online sign spinning, has this cool kind of basically video to show the offline version of it. So he essentially makes it sound like he has something really unique that people haven't heard before, when even if it's something that people already know about, right? So if you're able to name your unique mechanism in a really interesting way, that by itself is enough. Another great example of this is a VSL I saw where this Amazon seller called Tim Sanders was using compound layering as his unique mechanism. So a unique mechanism can be incredibly powerful to help sell your offer.
If you want to come learn how money works in the new economy, how Chad, Cody, and Charmaine all blew up their income just from watching this training, click through now and enter your best email.
So at 3 minutes 20 in, he puts in his first real strong call to action where he's directly telling them to click through and put their best email in. It is a little bit late for me personally, but I do think because of the way he masterfully set up this ad, it makes sense because basically the ad did a lot of qualification and really it's delivering him really great prospects, right? So at this point, they're ready to click through. He's telling them enter their best email, so they enter in real email. So that's also a little nice trick there.
And here's the kicker. Actually show up to the training. We're gonna get you results on this training absolutely free. Or don't show up. Just don't blame rich people when you can't earn what you want. Blame your attention span.
So one of the cool things he does here is actually show up to the training because we're going to get you results on the training itself. So most people know that these free trainings are really webinar pitches where they sell a product. What he does is he tells them, hey, you're actually going to learn on this. So make sure to show up. So it's not just a pitch. So he's kind of handling a very common objection there. So there's the second call to action here. He previews the page so they kind of know what to expect. And this is the end of the video. And basically what he has is 10 seconds or so where he has this banner. He's not saying anything, but this is giving people the opportunity to click through. So that gives people a bit more time if they're still, kind of stragglers who haven't clicked through. Now let's look at the landing page real quick. Okay, so before we look at the landing page, honestly, I think this video ad is a 9.5 out of 10. I can't really think of anything I'd do differently, except for perhaps shooting a version of the ad where he's actually saying the script on camera and then adding in B-roll, because this felt like 100% B-roll with some editing. I think perhaps like 60% B-roll with 40% him talking to the camera might build a bit more trust. But other than that, this ad is exceptional. One of the things I do want you guys to take away from this ad is how he was able to make this ad with just B-roll and some editing, right? So he literally had a bunch of B-roll of him doing cool stuff, and then he just didn't have to go into a studio. He probably just put on his mic, just said the words that he needed to say, but he didn't need to do much fancy shooting there. So that's how you can kind of shoot an ad really quick. Now let's go on the landing page, which is right here. So a few things about this landing page. The first thing is, look at the headline, the repeatable 3-step process we use to get paid $9,000 a month for one social media post, even right now. Result that they want, easy step-by-step process that's repeatable, and it works right now, and very low effort, one social media post. So keep in mind how this headline literally takes in all these elements and it just basically puts them all into this ad. Now then he addresses a lot of common objections, which are from home, without hard costs or techie stuff. It's 100% beginner friendly. So these are objections. People will say, oh, it needs techie stuff, like a lot of technical knowledge, or there are a lot of hard costs. And he says, nope, you don't have any of that. He also gives out a bonus email script here, so people are incentivized to click through. Next live stream begins in 9 minutes. So this is an automated webinar. And over here, he has his bullet points. Again, full-time income online with 0 technical skills, 0 prior experience, and 0 credentials. Those are the objections people in this space have, that they don't have the skills and so on. So he's telling them, hey, you could be a complete newbie and do this. And again, simple 2-step process. And then he has this unique mechanism called online sign spinning. Some social proof here. And then he's also giving the email scripts and social proof down here of people getting results. So this is actually a really solid kind of setup for an automated webinar. And then you register here, you go into an automated webinar where he pitches the product. So make sure to subscribe and smash the like button so I can keep making more videos like this. I hope you enjoyed that breakdown. We have a whole video ad breakdown series that you can find. I'll make sure to link to a couple more breakdowns in the end screen right here. Cheers.